This is Steph for Dates and Cakes, and today's episode is about getting yourself a quarantine screen. Long distance mister has never been so cool because essentially everyone's long distance right now. Within the lines of an open mind is the best way to approach this whole thing. As you know, I gave up dating for Lent, so I do not recommend giving up dating for a quarantine. I recommend taking a plunge and just engaging a little shelter-in-place chase, lockdown gown, and cabin fever, please, if you catch my drift. At the beginning of this, I had a little, he's in love with the cocoa. But I'm going to be making a red velvet cake, and the metaphor for that is because red velvet cake was created by bakers when they needed a new flavor of cake, and they just wanted to use food coloring to make it a little bit different with a scant of cocoa. So for a chocolate connoisseur like me, it just does not get the job done, but other people love it. So I promise I've got some relevant dating to go with it. So at the beginning of this Lenten journey, I had a straggler. That was a guy that I used to date in Charleston that came wandering back, and questioned why we hadn't had a second date since we get along so well, which I found hilarious because he actually ghosted me, and all I can say is he fell off again. And again, this is humorous, being in close quarters with a fraction of activities accessible of which to engage in. It's going to result in curiosity and possibly seeking a connection. I mean, isn't that what we were looking for in the first place on a dating site anyway? Whether it's physical or emotional or, hoping to be connected like two tiny Legos and a tired baggie, that's essentially like the point anyway. So, but yeah, that's the thing, seeking this isolation infatuation is the realistic expectation that it could be out of boredom. So that's definitely my thoughts with that one. But the connection could be as shallow as a shower. Thank you, cute is what we aim for. That's fine as long as you're prepared. Be prepared. Thank you, Scar. But yeah, red velvet, it's I don't know, it's only such a small amount of cocoa. I just don't know if that's enough. I transitioned into a guy that was not enough. That came into my DM with 2 drops of food coloring that were quite familiar. He used some lines, and I'll read them to you. Let's see. Well, that's the thing. That's them and I'm me. I've been cheated on many times and I'm tired of games. Life isn't a game. You don't get to play and start over. Life is a game, and it's also a cereal. I'm just letting you know. And then he said, you get to write your own book and I'm still writing mine. You're very worth it and I would make every second worth it. I just want a chance because I take chances, and wanting to take a chance with you gives me a great feeling in my chest, and I want to see what it is. And then this one was great. This one I was like, am I being punked right now? He goes, because to me you're unique, different, you seem like you're adventurous. By the way, you no punctuation, so I'm giving this conversation welcome. Adventurous, and a part of me feels like I'm missing out if I'm not trying here. Okay, so I deflected providing my phone number, and I'll be damned if this muffin top, or red velvet top, did not fall off the very next day. And I'm 96% certain that this would be the same result if I relinquished my phone number. So I pushed through with my Lenten sacrifice. I know it's broad terms. God himself probably could argue that I've been pursuing dates all along, but I've pulled back, okay? My vlog is called Dates and Cakes, for goodness sake. But I tried to stay strong, and then didn't subject myself to other dating apps, so that's a score. And then even before this thing, like this Saturday before everything shut down, my best friend and I still went out, and everyone was like, wash your hands, but we went to a country club, so I mean everyone was touching hands to dance. Touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sweet Cara, red velvet. Yeah, I'm done. I'm fired. Another dating pursuit, but not really, was one night when sleep completely escaped me, and I merely scrolled through the stories of 200 or so of my Snapchat friends, acquaintances, if you will. A few strokes past midnight, and I made time to comment on a couple that intrigued me, and one of them sparked a conversation about the harbor in a coastal city in our great US of A. And the conversation continued, which really kind of surprised me. Both the bestie and the sister judged me and said that completely that is cheating, and God rest my soul. I'm just kidding, they didn't say that, but they had a blast with that and like Googled the definition of dating and everything. But yeah, we actually got to the point where we scheduled a date when the Lenten sacrifice is over, so for Easter. Crazy. And then yeah, there's another one that's local that was asking about dates and if I was talking to anyone, and I told him yes, and he asked about it, and I was like, isn't that weird? And he's like, I wouldn't have asked if it was weird, but like, I hope it works. And I was like, why? And I was like, aren't you interested? And he was like, yeah, but like, I want you to be happy. That was kind of cool, because not many people say that and mean it. But yeah, so first day of quarantine, here we go. I feel like there's definitely boundaries in this whole quarantine thing, obviously. But there's some that we put on ourselves, and some that can't avoid. So, what are yours? And let this be the only red velvet in your life. This artificialness and lack of the cocoa.